The Victorians essentially perfected the Christmas holiday season, and the Puritans put a clear thumbprint on the celebration we now call Thanksgiving. However, the city of Stowe owned the 4th of July. The competition was, and still is, for second place. Other cities may think they can assemble an acceptable bevy of Shriner midget cars, high school bands, beauty queens, and themed floats. But when I was a child in the early 1970s, the Stowe, Ohio 4th of July parade operated on a completely different plane of existence. Route 59 through town became the epicenter of a 3-hour tribute to the civic duty gods. The parade started assembling at the Stowe Kent Shopping Center, which was really the only location on that end of the street capable of supporting so many parade entrants. The parade route was one street running east to west, terminating at a review stand several miles away in the so-called downtown section of Stowe. The mayor and other dignitaries would congregate at that review stand, but most of us regular folk would find a spot along Kent Road, pull out an old-school lawn chair, and wait for clear signs of an impending parade. We usually didn't have to wait long. A few police officers on motorcycles would clear the stragglers off the street just before the largest peacetime armada of emergency vehicles ever assembled started the festivities. In the annals of historically bad ideas, one immediately springs to mind. Assembling a collection of fire trucks and ambulances from a 3-county area and having them drive single file down the same stretch of densely populated highway. The concept of seeing a fleet of shiny fire trucks driving down our street sounded promising indeed to a 6-year-old. However, the execution was a completely different story. As part of the parade ritual, all of these emergency vehicles decided to turn on their lights and sirens at the same time and for the same duration, which is to say, forever. The cumulative effect of all of those outside voices was a mind-numbing deafness, which lingered for the rest of the now silent parade. To add audio insult to sonic injury, some of those fire engines also blew their diesel horns, which entered our bodies at the ear canal and exited out of places we forgot we had. After the Beltone-sponsored parade of emergency vehicles passed by, life along the sidelines got a little easier. The American Field Service volunteers would walk up and down the parade route, hawking very small American flags that we would dutifully wave at the parade participants. For us kids, this was all leading up to the most important part of the parade, the candy toss. This was no small thing. Someone on a passing float would toss a handful of candy in our direction, and a sugar-fueled feeding frenzy would begin. Every once in a while, an errant pitch would send the bulk of the candy in one direction, and one direction only: mine. Before I could pack up all of that bubble yum or Tootsie Roll booty, however, my mom would remind me of my gallant tendencies, and I'd end up redistributing it to the less fortunate. Darn the less fortunate.